Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube live, and this is Sai, and he has been on a student visit playlist. That is, he has visited me when I was in Chicago, and we did a podcast together. And that time he was maybe in you were in Batuk Bhairav, I
Panchamukhi.
guess,
Yeah, yeah,
Panchamukhi.
correct. Panchamukhi Hanuman. Yeah.
Yeah, so and we spent some time in the beach of Chicago. Then he went back. That was before I came back to India. This happened, and you can check out the previous episode, like how his experience was regarding the deities. And now he has completed the 18-month program, like all the 18 deities. That is from Uchishta Ganapati till Tripura Sundari. Everything is done now, and he has also been initiated with the Atma Bija. So, Sai, what do you feel like after completing the whole 18-month program? What changes do you feel? And also, is there any meditative difference from what you were in the past and what now? And also, can you talk about your favorite deity so far?
Yeah, a bunch of questions, Aditya, but I'll try to like slowly go one by one
Mm,
on one by one on one of some of these questions, right? Like so, again, uh, as I said, even in my other like originally when we met as well, right? Like so, previously before this, before starting on the sadhana, I was going through like many obstacles, especially mentally as well, right? So wherein a lot of mental OCDs kind of behavior, and it was kind of getting pretty difficult with dealing with both mental aspect and the emotional aspect of it. It was getting pretty difficult to deal with that, right? Like so, um, somehow, like like I magically started on your sadhana, wherein I immediately got the recommendations, and suddenly like it was all like it was so it was like a match which was like very obvious for me that once when your sadhana program started, like I mean I immediately kind of jumped on that.
mm,
Um, so but from from the lifestyle point of view, how it was before and how it was later is like very different, right? Like so uh, like now I started like I mean sadhana like as I kept on like going 1 month after 1 month, uh, particularly I feel some sort of stability has arrived, right? Like before that I was like, because of all these issues, emotionally I was very vulnerable. But
mm,
now with this, as each month progressed, right, uh, uh, I kind of started feeling some stability. So
mm,
that's like one of the main things that I have at least experienced. Uh, from the deity's connection point of view, probably not that much, because I still feel that there is still a lot of noise in my mind. I'm still trying to kind of control that, like kind of because of probably the way in which my work and regular lifestyle probably is a little bit more on the stressful side. Probably doesn't give me an opportunity to unconditionally meditate and get into that nirvikalpa state. But
mm,
I'm trying on that, like slowly I'm kind of working on that. um, uh, uh, so but like as time progressed, like even with that noise, right, like the noise intensity amplitude kind of reduced as I kept going on the sadhana. Like so uh, I'm able to kind of immerse more. Even with that noise, the noise is reducing, and I'm able to immerse myself more into sadhana. So now from the favorite deities point of view, uh, I was like, there are like, at least for me, like when I started on the sadhana, right? Like I felt like uh, I felt like Ma Kali was my favorite deity. I mean, um, somehow she appealed me the most. As in, uh, uh, so probably the reason of that being being brought up in a very orthodox background and all, right? Like, I mean, I was always kind of, I always somehow made it in my mind that, okay, this is good, this is bad. Like that kind of always duality in terms of, okay, this is good, or this is sacred. The other thing is only you should do these things this way. Like, so some got a lot of conditioning. I somehow in my mind there was a lot of conditioning about like many things, right? Only when you do this, only then it's like um, uh, 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 God will feel happy, or like in that sense, a lot of conditioning has been done. So somehow when I started on the sadhana and when I started watching your videos, somehow the way in which you kind of described about Ma Kali, and even like the entire your project also, the entire this thing is Project Kali as well, right? So
Mm,
uh, so somehow the way in which you described about Ma Kali, that she is unconditional, she is everything, right? She has no
mm,
duality. She has everything, right? Like, so somehow
mm,
she appealed me. She appealed me the most in that sense. So when I started on the sadhana, like every month I was like, okay, when do I get to Dakshina Kali Mahasadhana? When do I get to
mm,
that Dakshina Malika sadhana? So it was like that. I was waiting. I was waiting. So in that sense, she's still my,
mm,
like, in that sense, favorite deity. Like in that sense, but
mm,
like again, but in terms of this thing, I found all the mantras very good, and like especially Ma Chinnamasta and Kartikeya Subramanya, even Hamal, Lalita Tripura Sundari, like Mahavishnu, Panchamukhi Hanuman, everyone, right? Like, so even Batuk Bhairav, it was all, it was in that sense, every deity was special to me. I mean, but Ma Dhumavati month was very intense for me, as in I could feel that that month I could literally feel like how to describe that. Like, even I was just doing one mala or two mala itself, but still I was like feeling so much uh, in the heart itself, right? I could feel a sense of detachment, or like, what is that? I can't even describe that feeling. I was feeling very uh, like a sort of burning inside the heart, as in a smoke flavor inside, like the entire body, which was making me weak a little bit. It was a little bit painful, but apart from that, like all the mantra sadhana was very good, Aditya. But like from the time I started and now at the time of 18 month, like, I mean, the way in which I could at least sit on the sadhana for more, immerse myself, was like there was a considerable change in the lifestyle, the way in which I go about sadhana, the way in which I think about it, the way in which I'm going about life. There is a lot of change between the start of 18 months and the end of 18 months.
mm. And what about your health, like regarding physical health? Can you talk more about like how the physical health and mental health changed, and which changed more? That is, physical health versus mental health, which got impacted more in the sadhana?
Yeah. So, from both, I would say both, right? Like, so from the physical health point of view, even, right, like before that, like again, as I said, right, like I was, so for me, both were interconnected as well, right? Because I was feeling very vulnerable, so I was kind of, food for me is one of the soothing factors for me, which where I could feel good, right? So on that sense, I was on the a little bit on the very obese side a bit before it.
Mm,
uh, and then now after the sadhana, somehow I started like I started like not going towards like more tamasic foods, or like more this thing, right? I am starting to kind of develop more on the sattvic food. In that sense, the food habits a little bit changed on the healthy food habits changed on the healthier side. Like I am trying to opt towards more like sattvic food,
Mm,
which feels good, like rather than a more oily food or fried food. I'm kind of not. It's not like a rule that I shouldn't eat that, but like given
mm,
a choice, I'm more going towards like sattvic food, which has obviously has good effects on the physical health as well, right? So I was able to cut down. Like I think I was able to cut down much on weight, not again by like sacrificing so much, but with small like sattvic kind of changes. I was able to see physical benefits as well, and also with the mantra sadhana, your body also becomes automatically like a natural it will automatically become purified from the physical health point of view as well, right? So now
mm,
coming to the mental aspect as well, coming to the mental aspect as well, yes, there like before and all, there was a lot of fighting or a lot of emotional turmoil inside me. So I will not say it considerably gone down to zero and all, like but at least it reduced a lot. And the perspective, I mean, these things, the whatever, like, I mean, it's supposed to happen, like, you are just playing a character, right? But just that I am
mm,
trying to, especially the deities are bringing me, and me also thinking about this, perspective changed. Perspective is kind of the thing that is changing, and then that's where I'm sort of trying to find some mental peace in whatever I'm trying to do. Again, I'll not say everything is has become good. I'm now the most happiest person. Everything is, I cannot say that, but still I'm trying to make positive changes as I keep going, Aditya.
mm. Before we continue, thanks for the super chat, Solgorithm. Oh, this is Divakar, I guess, no? Okay, yeah. Thank you, Divakar, for the super chat. And he told that love to hear more about your experience. Two of my best people in frame. Uh, so everyone are so excited to hear about your experiences and um, like before when you came to Chicago, like where the during the initiation of the lower chakra deities, that is from Ganapati till Panchamukhi Hanuman, you were talking about OCD, that is like repetitive thoughts basically. Like you're getting thoughts repetitively, same things again and again. There is a mental kind of disturbance. So why do you think this occurs? Like, have you questioned, like sat and questioned, why is it happening?
Uh, so I uh, so th- uh, that's like, again, I'm still trying to find answers for that, Aditya. But I mean, again, so these kind of OCDs, right? Like, I mean, the again, before this, right? Like before I start, like I was just also, um, as you said, Divakar is also on the line, right? Like, so I was talking to him, like he's one of my best friends here
Mm,
in the Project Kali, and I have been like uh, chatting with him. Like a lot about, like, some of the questions that I had, like just a regular chat, and it has been very revealing, as it has been very good. So
mm,
on that front, now continuing on the same question of how this started, right? Like, so suddenly, I mean, in my life, suddenly I wasn't having any of these OCDs kind of thing. Suddenly, in one day in my childhood, especially during I was 13 or 14, suddenly I started kind of, suddenly it was like one day before, one day later, right? It's complete change. Suddenly I started, it was not like even gradually, it was like all of a suddenly something broke inside, and suddenly I started feeling a lot of anxiety, like a lot of pressure, like somehow a lot of mental fragmentation. uh, so a lot of sudden mental fragmentation, right? Like suddenly, where I was not like previously, I was just able to normally focus like everything. Like suddenly, next day, I was something broke, and then I started feeling so many fears. I was facing so much mental fragmentation, and then to kind of counter that, I was like kind of repeatedly. Repeatedly trying to answer all those questions and cut down that mental fragmentation, and that's how that fear started developing in me to say, cut down, let's, okay, if any thought comes, if it has a chance to do the mental fragmentation, now keep on going about it till it kind of I answer it and I make it completely subsided. So that was how I was kind of in a fear anxiety oriented approach I was going about this. So I don't know the reason for it, why such mental fragmentation occurs, or why such OCD happens. I'm still not sure. Again, I have gone like with help of Divakar and all. I kind of went through more of my charts to kind of see, and I also sat with you on the astrological thing also to kind of see what is the thing that kind of causes this. But at least I think I gone about the fact that it is what it is, and I'm just dealing with it. Do you have any thoughts about like so? I have been interacting with you for so many times, right? Do
Mm,
you why? I mean, and I also saw your OCD videos back in the day, where these are like
mm.
kind of mental programs just to make you just to kind of make you feel the reality, or like I remember, right? Like you were, I think way back you did an OCD video also, right? Like a
Mm.
general OCD video. So, what are your thoughts about why people get OCDs?
OCD, like that you mentioned, right, from the age 13 onwards. So what I feel is um, that as soon as we are introduced to electronic devices, everyone gets introduced to electronic devices around age 13 or 14. Some nowadays, the generation that are born right now are like getting introduced from the beginning itself. That is more harmful. But in the previous generations, students or kids used to get introduced in the age of 13 during 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. And as soon as we get electronic devices, we get addicted to many things. Like we get addicted to um, the reels, shorts, YouTube shorts, or TikTok, or like short form of contents, like which are very appealing to the eyes. Like it reduces our uh, that attention span. That is,
Hmm.
it also creates a lot of dopamine. That is, every time we scroll on the phone, certain levels of dopamine get activated, and we get addicted to that level of dopamine. And when normal life is not able to provide that level of dopamine which an electronic device provides, that is when mental health issue starts.
Hmm.
Uh, like the body and mind tries to do certain things or repeat certain thoughts so that the that same amount of dopamine gets released, which gets released during your electronic device session, because
Hmm.
we get addicted to so many stuff in the electronic device, like social media or dating apps or pornographic websites. So there are many things that we get addicted to in an electronic device, and that level of dopamine is very high. It is like in the level of like a roller coaster ride, that amount of dopamine. And obviously our normal life is will not be that high, right? It is just a peaceful life that we have with mother nature. So it's like a uh, pull between mother nature and electronic gadgets. So electronic gadget is the huge Rahu, we say. Rahu meaning an illusion creator. We feel
Hmm.
like there is a whole world inside the laptop, phone. Like that is what Black Mirror means. Black Mirror means The phone is black in color. The laptops are black in color. So that is a mirror. So that's why there is a series called Black Mirror,
Yeah.
and that series tells how fucked up the future is gonna be, like because of electronic devices. So it's like a fight between Mother Nature and electronic device. So we always have to take the side of Mother Nature. That is, we have to go out on for a walk
Yeah.
barefoot. We have to go towards the hills, rivers, and talk with our family, friends, relatives. And if we don't do all this, mental health issue starts. If we spend only a time only with electronic devices, the mental health issue starts, like OCD, bipolar, like is that whatever you're watching, you become that. That is, if you watch a movie like, let's say, Wolf of the Wall Street, or you watch Dictator, or Family Guy, or something, you become that character. That is, the more you watch those movies and series, you start imbibing those qualities and you lose yourself. So that is
Mm.
what happens. It's like a Rahu meaning it creates illusion in your mind and you become that illusion.
Mm.
You become the Rahu then. So that's
Mm.
why we have to stay away from, far away from Rahu. You know how Rahu got a place in this universe? Like in the Samudra Manthan story,
Yeah.
uh, what happens is, the Mohini avatar Vishnu takes to, like, because the Asuras will get the Amrit during the Samudraman, they'll snatch the Amrit from Dhanvantri, and when they snatch the Vishnu takes the form of a beautiful goddess called Mohini or Mahalasa Narayani, and she uh, distracts the Rakshasas from getting the Amrit. But
Yeah.
what one Rakshasa, what he'll do is he will know that it is Vishnu. So that one Rakshasa will take the form of God. He'll become one Navagraha. That is, among Surya, Chandra, Agni, Vayu, Jala,
Yeah.
Varun Dev, he will sit as the god, and Mohini will be pouring Amrit to all the gods. That
Yeah.
time Rahu also will get the Amrit. So
Yeah.
once Rahu gets the Amrit, uh, this Surya and Chandra will tell that this is not a god. He is a Asura disguised as a god. So
Right.
then Vishnu gets angry and he chops off Rahu's body,
Body.
and then it becomes Rahu Ketu. So Ketu is like detachment from the universe, and Rahu is an illusion creator. So both are like very cunning form of the celestial body. So they are
Mm.
there in the Navagraha, this thing, but they are cunning in nature. So this cunning nature has come in the modern era also. That is, they what the celestial body Rahu Ketu has done is they have made something called technology, which takes people away from Mother Nature, which takes away from their own self. So now we are all in the journey of thinking technology is benefiting us, but that is just an illusion. Technology can never benefit us. At the end of the day, it is taking us towards, taking us away from the truth, taking us away from samadhi, taking us away from thoughtlessness. So those electronic gadgets are creating more and more thoughts. Because it's giving constant level of dopamine, and that's why what happened is in your age 13, when you got introduced to electronic gadgets, suddenly that dopamine level became imbalanced, and you started getting the issue called OCD. And you're not alone here. Like almost 90% of the humans are facing one mental health issue or the other, like OCD, bipolar, and the what is that called? Yeah, yeah, there are many.
Yeah. Uh, that's true. Very well said, right? Like so, so that was like so. I was like very. I was on that. I was on that front fighting it for a so long time. I was tired, and then when I kind of started watching your videos before I started on this 18-month journey, right? This is during 2020 of 4, I believe. In 2024, I believe. Like
Mm,
suddenly started this, and then like that's when I kind of started that. Okay, now let's kind of uh, uh, jump on this sadhana. And then
mm,
it was that time, you remember, like I came to you, you were like in that, you are in Chicago. Like I thought, okay
mm,
man, like I should meet you once. And then
mm,
it was a very short trip, if you remember. Like it was like one day I came in, like yeah, on like on 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and then kind of went back in the morning. Like it
mm,
was such a short trip, uh, but it was good. Like I mean, we had a good walk on the beach at that time.
mm,
So, and I still remember, like uh, uh, we uh, we did that Lalita Sahasranama Stotra together, and then
yeah,
it was very good on the sense that meetup, a small meetup, and we also did a small live as well. It was good. We did a live in what, like in the gym room, I believe, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you remember that? You remember that room? Yeah,
yeah. That my roommate had a problem that
yeah,
you can't
yeah,
I can't bring guests to the room, so that's why we had to do in gym.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. So, on that front, Aditya. So, like, so uh, now from the other question that I wanted to kind of talk was like, so as I said, right, like now the thing is, I live here where in the US, where it's mostly like there is there is more Rajasic and Sattvic kind of sorry, Tamasic and Rajasic flavor here more. Like so, which becomes, which makes it very difficult to go on the Sattvic kind of thing. And even in the sadhana, right, like so I try to immerse myself. Like, so how to go about like reducing this noise and unconditionally surrender into the meditation? Again, I asked this question not like one day, right, but just overall observing myself
mm,
for a period of more than 18 months. So how to uh, go about reducing the noise? I know there are the things like getting up at 4:30 or 4 o'clock, wherein the
mm.
ether content in the nature is more. But any general tips, other tips of how to go
Uh,
about
the
this?
I explained three pranayamas in the one of the YouTube playlist called Kundalini Yoga. In that, I have explained about Brahmari pranayama, like bumblebee pranayama, and the Anuloma Viloma, then
Correct.
Kapalabhati. So these three pranayamas help a lot in reducing the noise of the body and mind also. Then the other than that, what I feel is now uh, in this era of electronic gadgets, the noise can never be completely silenced. That is, until you're in samsara, until you're in the maya, serving your family, friends, relatives, or whoever, you have to bear with the noise. That is, now you have a path of 18 deities. You have the key for samadhi, but you're not getting the door for the key. That is, you only have the key now, like to open the door of samadhi or astral realm. But now to find the door, you have to first complete all the responsibilities. So now you have to walk the steps of responsibility, like serving your family. And then once you feel like, okay, I have done enough, like I have earned enough for my family, then there comes a time when you will feel like, okay, I want to live in a uh, place where there are mountains, rivers. So you will get that feeling. Like after working for so many years, like if you observe, there are many people who do that. That is, they work for like 30, 40 years. Then at the age of like 50 or 60, they retire and they go to some mountain or hill or somewhere. Then that is the time when you use this key. That is key of samadhi. Now, even if you use the key, you will the door will not open because you have not walked the steps of responsibility yet. So once your karma is complete, only then samadhi becomes possible. So now you have to bear with the noise, but you can reduce the noise using pranayama like brahmari
Hmm.
pranayama, kapalabhati and anuloma viloma, and sadhana itself, right? The sadhana itself has the power to reduce noise very much. The bija mantras and all especially have a lot of power to reduce the noise. But other than that, complete noise reduction, for that, you have to be ready. That is, you have to be ready to leave the Maya. Only when you're ready to leave the Maya, the noise can be completely silenced.
Yeah, yeah, sure, Aditya, and yeah, um, sounds good. And I also wanted to speak on one more topic, right? Like, so, regarding the entire the way in which we go about like the sadhana, right? Like, so, uh, you know, the the way in which we talk about duality and non-duality, right? Especially in sadhana point of view, right? Like,
Mm,
so, like, as you know, like most of the people, uh, especially more who are brought up in a little bit of an orthodox kind of background and all, right, like
mm,
have this heavy conditioning that, like, if you only do things this way, like somehow uh, 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 god will bless you, otherwise god will become angry. This kind of a lot of mental conditioning as to kind of trying to do things way which God probably will only approve, and He will not disapprove of, like if you do the things other way. This entire kind of conditioning, right? I think so. Like I see more. Just not. I'm just not talking about me, but I see this like general conditioning so well rubbed onto the people in that sense, right? So in that sense, when we go about like the sadhana, right, how do you kind of uh, so how should we kind of submit to the deities in an unconditional way? So, like,
mm,
how to like you see do you see my question as to how to go
mm.
about submitting yourself unconditionally? Like, we spoke about it. I spoke to you about it previously as well, right? Like, how do you kind of submit yourself to the deities unconditionally without transcending all the dualities?
First of all, your mindset, right? It must be such that you have to feel like you are already there. That that
Yeah.
is, I always tell that you are Sadashiva, you are the truth, you are the pure consciousness which entered the Maya, and now you're stuck in the Maya. But in order to leave the Maya, first you have to convince yourself that you are already there out of the Maya. That is, you are already uh, you have reached the destination. Your consciousness is free from all the bondages of Maya. You have to convince yourself that. Then we have to sit simply and sit, and once you tell that I am Sadashiva, like Aham Brahmasmi, Shivoham, uh, and slowly the Atman starts getting activated. That is, the pure consciousness realizes that, okay, this body is not mine. Like, uh, who,
Hmm.
whom I thought as Sai, I'm Sai, but Sai was never me. Sai belonged to Maya. That is, if you see Mother
Hmm.
Nature, right? Like you'll see that everything is going on in cycles. That is, let's say a eagle is eating a snake, uh, a tiger is eating a buffalo,
Deer.
or
Yeah.
yeah, or a elephant is eating grass, fruits, everything. So it's like happening in a cycle. And Aditya,
Mm.
Sai, everyone, all the characters in the Maya, including all the celebrities also, like Modi, Donald Trump, everyone are in a cycle. That is, once someone will become powerful, then that person will die, then someone else will become powerful. So
Mm.
it is like a law of Mother Nature that uh, that Mother Nature is a roller coaster. That is, she goes up and down in a cycle. And
Mm.
uh, we actually are not part of that cycle. Our consciousness is not Aditya. Our consciousness is not Sai. It is beyond the Maya. It is
Mm.
already out of Maya,
Mm.
but it acts like I am in Maya, and it acts like I
Mm.
am in trouble. I'm happy. I'm not in trouble. I like this food. I like this person.
Mm.
So the consciousness fools itself that thinking, telling that I'm Aditya. But when you sit for meditation, what happens is slowly Aditya and Sai start going away. That is, they go away, and
Mm.
you will get that pure state. And that
Mm.
for getting that pure state, you have to be ready to leave everything. You have to also know that Aditya and Sai will continue their actions because they belong to Maya. So they will not die. They will still live. But you convinced yourself that you are Sai. So Sai will continue. Even if you leave Sai, he will continue
Yeah.
because him continuing is the responsibility of Mother Nature. You are not responsible for Sai. That is, she is responsible for Sai. The one who does the roller coaster, she's the one who's responsible. So you're not responsible. You are already there. So with that
Yeah.
mindset, you have to start sadhana.
Yeah. Mm. Sounds sure. Aditya. I'll even inculcate that even more as I sit in the sadhana. I think that's a very good mindset that you have probably said. Yeah.
Mm,
Just having having this conversation internally before starting the sadhana, just to have that mindset, I think probably helps a lot, uh,
mm,
in kind of reducing the noise also a little bit. Otherwise you are still probably inside the maya, you are still so attached, and then probably once you sit on the sadhana you are still kind of still in that maya. I think this kind of mindset before, just to kind of detach yourself, might be very it might be very good. I'll seriously work on that.
yeah, sure. You told you are getting late for your work right now.
No, like I still have like I still have like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, Aditya. I can
Oh,
still like what? Yeah, I still have like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Like so,
oh,
after that, I'll kind of
okay, sure.
I'll
So
stop.
okay, so before we end the live, like what you would like to say to the audience, or do you have any doubts regarding any kind of issues which will help the other sadhaks?
So I think as you pointed out, right? Like I think I'm no, I'm a very small person here. I'm not even at that advanced level to kind of say things. But having finished all the 18 month, what I can say is like uh, probably I think when somebody starts on the sadhana, right? Like probably as just as the modern world wants quick results and all, right? Like so people
Yeah,
think that okay, sadhana is good only when you kind of start seeing like very evident results and all. I think
mm,
it's that's the modern world, like how we go about like result oriented everything. We want
yeah,
everything quickly, we want everything like very results, we want extraordinary powers. So I mean so the only thing is just I would say that for some people who are advanced levels, yeah, I mean things will be very clear. I mean there were there were people here, like especially who are like very advanced level, like Rupesh, Geeta, Ayushi, like Divakar and all, who are all like who are all at very advanced levels, wherein they could see kind of things, but not all the people probably are at that level. uh, where they could see immediate results. And also this is like a very, as you said, right, this is just like a finding a key, like
Mm.
uh, as you kind of, you just need to be very patient enough and like going about it. Like you might not get results one day, you might not immediately have encounter with the deities, you cannot, like it's not like you might not get immediate results, but just keep on the path. You will see subtle changes as you see. And once, as you said, right, like once your body is ready, once your mind is ready, once your mind is kind of in a very that state, one day, as you said, right, like you will achieve that, you will realize that state, which we will not be able to describe that, right? Sadashiva, the way in which you understand that how this entire thing is a maya, how you realize that as you kind of staying there. I think it's like a long path. You just can't expect results in one day or like this thing, right? It's not like an instantaneous. So just keep, but there is definitely something with the sadhana, which you will realize, everybody will realize how powerful this mantra sadhana is, how powerful to be is it to be on this path. Just don't expect results instantaneously. Just keep on the sadhana, and one day you will see slow changes towards the positive side. And one day, with the help of deities, I think you will realize much more than what you expect.
Hmm. Truly. It it's like engineering and MBBS. Like engineering, we study like so many subjects like CAD or that analog circuits, digital circuits, and like how to do programming, C++, Python, Java. And in MBBS also,
Yeah,
we learn about so many different types of biology of animals, plants, and humans, and everything. So basically, this is like that is we are learning. So this 18-month is like
correct.
a learning course, but practically, in order to apply your knowledge practically, you have to be ready. That is, if you still have responsibilities, that is, if your consciousness still thinks that I am Aditya, I have to fulfill my responsibility, then even if you have the key for samadhi, you cannot go, because the door will not be visible to you. uh, so only if you are completely ready, that is, if you are completely ready to uh, realize that you are not Aditya, you are not Sai, only then the door will be visible for Samadhi. And that is when you use the key of all the 18 mantras and achieve Samadhi.
Yeah,
This is the truth. Unless you are ready, uh, the key, unless you are ready, the key won't be that helpful. But once you are ready, the key will be useful.
yeah, yeah. Definitely. And like especially, right, like I mean, yeah, so as I said, right, like that kind of so previously and all, before this 18-month, right, like I was all like this entire like I was all like we were all conditioned in that way, that you believe in this maya, you believe in like, okay, you have to be, for you to be happy, you have to be successful, you have to like like, so success was the criteria based on which you should feel happy or not. So that was all the mindset before and all. But having spoken to you, having watched all your videos, having spoken to multiple people here, like especially as I said, right, I was like it's like almost like a satsang, right? Like so many people here. Like I speak to Divakar a lot of times. Uh, I speak to Geeta. I speak to Ayushi. There are so many people, who actually, whenever I feel low, I kind of message them how is it is, like some of these people whom I knew, right? Like so, like the entire this project Kali, the entire conversations that happen, they're all like very good to kind of help you realize your thing, realize your change your perspective sometimes, for your better thing, as to not be in a race in this world and not to run after something to be happy, as you probably, as you said it multiple times in many videos, right? Like you are already complete, we are all Sadasiva, we are just trying to, you know um, just be live a memory of the thing, just to get that experience, so as to go back. Like here, it's not like, there is, you are not after a race to be happy. Like, I mean, you're already full in that sense, and you are just trying to live a memory of you, just to kind of get that itch probably done. So as you said, right, the character will act in a way, the character will go about its in own way. You just need to kind of try to detach yourself from that and then go about it.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
And thank you, Sai, for sharing all your experiences in this live. And thank you, everyone, for joining this live. And the upcoming video will be about my Kuladevi, that is Mahalasa Narayani. I visited my Kuladevi recently, so the upcoming Sunday, I'll be posting the video of my Kuladevi, uh, and in from the next week onward, that is next week onwards, the whiteboard series will start again. And every Thursday there will be YouTube live with one of the students. And thank you everyone for joining the live. Thank you, Sai, and have a great day. Yeah. Jai Mahakal.
Jai Mahakal.